Hey guys, welcome to the third video in my exploration series. And today we are talking all about pendulums, what they are, how to make one, how to use one, and all that fun stuff. So my name is Lauren Applewood and I'm an intuitive energy medicine practitioner and psychic medium. You can find me online at my website, laurenapplewood.com. So first, I just want to say pendulums are not scary. They're not evil. I don't want someone to be afraid to use the pendulum. It's basically a divination tool, which just means it helps you divine information, from your higher self. So what is a pendulum? A pendulum is basically any weighted object at the end of a string. It could be made of anything. It could be made of wood, metal, stone, crystal. People react differently to the different materials. So some people might react stronger to a certain crystal. Some people might react stronger to, let's say, metal, for example, a metal object hanging off of a string. This is what mine looks like. It's a type of crystal, a special type of crystal at the end of a string. And it has this convenient little ball here to help anchor it. So if you're not going to make one yourself, you can go to local crystal shops and shop around for pendulums. You're going to want to try them out. You're going to want to hold them, feel their energy, and test them when you're at the shop to see which one your energy reacts with best. And hi, Susan. Thanks for joining. And that's how I chose this pendulum for myself, is because of how strongly it reacted to my energy and just gave it would swing, but swing very, very far. So basically, if you're going to make your own, so if you're not going to go out and buy one, you need string. All you need, two things: string and a weighted object. It's ideal if that weighted object has like a hole in it, which you can string the string in to allow it to dangle freely. You don't want to wrap the entire object in string, like 18 times to secure it to the long string, because you don't want that object to be obscured or weighed down in any way. You want it to dangle freely. And this is just such a perfect example of that. See, it has a little hole at the top, which will allow the pendulum to swing how it wants to swing, unencumberedly. So pendulums are just such a great tool to have in our toolbox, our arsenal of psychic supplies. And it is best used for yes or no questions. So, how to use the pendulum. There's a few ways to do this, but I will tell you the best way. The end of your string should be between your index and third finger. Actually, I'll show it like this. And then you want it to just fall over one of your fingers like that. I like to use my index finger. So you're kind of grabbing the end in between your index and third finger, and then you're going to also just want to lightly put your thumb against it here as well to keep it in place, because if it starts swinging rapidly, it can fall off the finger. So that is how you want to hold it. Okay? Just let it dangle and then put your thumb over it very, very lightly. Okay. You want to ask it questions like a yes, no. And the best way to phrase these yes, no questions is, for example, is it in my highest good to date so-and-so? Or Is it in my highest good to buy this particular type of food? Or is it in my best interest or highest good to go visit so-and-so this weekend? The pendulum's also used to confirm psychic information. So if you're getting psychic hits or psychic information, let's say during a reading, you're giving a mediumship reading, and you want to confirm whether the spirit you have is from mother's or dad's side of your client, and you're not really getting any information on that, you can break your pendulum out once you've determined the way it swings for a yes and a no, and ask the pendulum to verify for you. Some people even use boards, which they'll just put down on the table in front of them, and instead of asking it to swing a certain way, they will ask the pendulum to go point towards a yes or a no that may be written on the board. Or there might be a whole bunch of different scenarios written on a board in front of you, and asking the pendulum to swing in the direction of, what is relevant to you or your client. So before you get into using your pendulum, you're going to want to train it, okay? You're going to want to know what a yes answer looks like and what a no answer looks like. So I'll demonstrate it for myself. Every single time you pick up your pendulum, it doesn't matter if you picked it up earlier in the day. Not only do you want to cleanse the energy, and it's just super simple way of doing that is just holding it underwater and let the water run over. Okay, you're not only going to want to clean it, but you're going to want to train it. Even if you trained it earlier in the day, you need to re-ask it, because energies change and the direction might change. So the pendulum will swing clockwise, it'll swing counterclockwise. For some people, it will even go back and forth. But you want to ask your pendulum. You want to hold up the pendulum in front of you in the way that I showed you. I was taught and trained to put my other hand underneath the pendulum. And the reason that is we have like vortexes of energy that come out the middle of our palms. And so it will heighten the pendulum's response. As you can see, it's already swinging and reacting because my hand is underneath. It's basically just reacting to my own vortex of energy coming off of my hand right now. But you're going to want to train it. You're going to want to know what the yes, no looks like. So you can either just hold it up in front of you. You can put your other hand underneath it to give some extra energy, right? So I'm going to ask my pendulum, show me a yes answer. And as you can see, it's swinging. For me, this is clockwise. And just so people don't think I'm faking this, my other hand is not moving. The one that's holding the pendulum, I'm not moving it or forcing it to go in any direction. I just let it do what it's going to do. So here it's just swinging, showing me the yes answer. Then you thank it. Thank you so much for showing me yes. And you take another deep breath and you ask your pendulum to show you a no answer. And as you can see, mine is swinging in the opposite direction. It's going counterclockwise. And so these are my normal yes, no directions. For me, a no is counterclockwise, and for me, a yes is clockwise. Okay, so now that we've trained our pendulums and you see what a yes answer looks like and what a no answer looks like, you want to kind of test it. You just do a little quick test just to see if it's on the right page. For instance, the easiest test to do is, well, my name is Lauren. So what I would do is ask the pendulum, is my name Jack? And it's swinging as a no. So at this point, I trust my pendulum. I mean, I can show you, is my name Lauren? and it will swing the yes way. Okay, so I trust it now. I trust it. I gave it a little test, and I trust my pendulum. So now that your pendulum has shown you a yes or no answer, you can ask it more serious questions, or ask it basically anything you want to know. Personally, it's best used for information about yourself. I like to use it for my personal life regarding like decisions or choices. And I just happen to use it very sparingly in my psychic and mediumship readings because, you know, a true trained and practiced medium psychic will not need to use the pendulum to verify the hits that they're getting. However, it can be helpful, especially when, you know, a psychic or medium is learning. It can be helpful to verify, okay, I can trust what's coming into my head. So personally, I did actually use it in a mediumship reading earlier this week. I was bringing in someone's ex stepmother. And the client actually didn't know whether she was alive or dead. Now, I knew she had passed because she was showing herself to me. I could see her when I asked for spirit to come in. She came in right away, and I was able to describe her and her personality. But the client was still like unsure if she had passed. And so even though I knew she was on the other side, I broke out my pendulum and I actually showed the client, you know, here's another sign, I guess, that, or confirmation, you know, that the loved one had passed over. So now that you know how to make and use, oh, hey, Michelle. Hey. Hi. So now that you know how to make and use a pendulum, I want you to go out, ask it some questions, and have lots of fun with it. I would just love to hear your experience with your new pendulums and how it goes for you. So that concludes our pendulum talk for today, and I look forward to seeing you all at my next video. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.